Madam,
you
no
okay
problem.
now?
I've done it for you. No problem.
Okay
You are
now?
fine. You are fine.
Great.
You are fine.
So I was saying that 90% of future jobs will require skills and ICT. And I said it's not even 90%. I believe 100% of future jobs will require skills and ICT. And the challenges we have because of the pandemic or the COVID-19 underscore the fact that whatever you need just technology. You can never survive without the technology. In the 21st century, there is nobody, no nation, no state, no local government, no school, and no human society can be able to develop without skills in ICT. So that one is very, very important. The population is, of course, underrepresented by STEM. What are the challenges? Why are women not involved in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics? We have some cultural and gender prejudices and bias. And unfortunately, I would say, especially in some of our places in the core north, I believe in the core north, which Katsina also represents, you know, most women stop at even primary school education. You will see somebody, a father who said the woman should go and get married immediately after primary school, not even secondary school. Only very few percentage of the women even pass from primary to secondary school in Katsina. And that's the truth. Then I'm talking about going from secondary school to the university. I think insignificantly low, maybe even 1%. I don't think it's even more than 1% of the population, the women population in Katsina State that pass from secondary school to university. They tell you go and get married. And obviously we know once a lady gets married, mostly that's the end of her education. So there are some cultural and gender prejudice and bias that we need to fight against so that we can be able to encourage, motivate, and allow women to reach their potentials. Lack of opportunities, a lot of lack of opportunities. Clear, typical example now, most schools are doing virtual education. Some through radio, some through television, some through computer. In fact, even data alone, how many families in Katsina, how many families in Nigeria, how many families in our society can afford even data to allow the kids to be taught online? Insignificant. Even the infrastructure is not just there. So from day one, it's dead on arrival. Opportunities are missed. No opportunities for women to, and typically and specifically for Katsina, and that one is very apparent. And then there's no encouragement. You see, I know even when we are kids, you see there will be guidance and counseling. You have somebody to guide and counsel you, to encourage you, to motivate you. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to read. But unfortunately, nowadays, that encouragement is not there. You don't encourage people, talk less of even ladies, because they are consigned to the dustbin in history. Say a lady, her place is at home. A lady is to cook, lady is to take care of the family, take care of the kids. But I think gone are the days. Because whatever men can do, I believe women can even do much better than what men can do. So if there's anybody to encourage, if there's no society can be able to develop without the encouragement of women, I tell you, because women are easier to manage. Women are one of the most intelligent species that we have. And I've seen it live. Anywhere that you have a woman, you see the dedication, the kind of dedication she will put her job without any, and they are very, very apolitical. Women who are political, everything will put politics to it. But women are apolitical. Give them a job and they'll do it 101%. And that's why we need to motivate and encourage women so they can be able to reach their great potential. A lack of female role models. We need more role models. In Katsina, in other states of the Federation, where we need role models, those who can be able to encourage, to start something, to push, to motivate. Because there are a lot of people with potential, a lot of girls with potential, but because there are no role models to be able to guide and direct them, that's why they go haywire. So we need this kind of women. And at this point, I really want to appreciate, I know Ms. Amina Lawal Dauda, the mother of the day today, who is inserted the SA Girls' Side Education. I believe she's been doing wonderfully well in Katsina, and I want to support and encourage her to continue to do her best, because you see, we have some kind of inadequacies. Even in Nigeria, we have inadequacies, not talk of places like in the Northwest, and not talk about a place like Katsina. There are a lot of things that can be done. We have been far, far behind. I want to challenge you, the SA Girls' Side Education. I want to challenge you, the new chairman of APWEN in Katsina. I want to challenge you, the chairman of Nigerian Society of Engineers in Katsina. I want to challenge you. You have a lot of work to do. There's so much you can be able to do. And I believe you have the capacity to do that. And you need to do it. We need to see in figures what percentage, how do we grow from 1% to 10%, 20%, 30%. And I want to tell you that you will get all the support that you need. All the support you need from us, you get that support. We'll be able to advocate it. We'll be able to take it to whatever level to ensure that our women are adequately represented. We have other issues. Many women who graduate in STEM do not pursue STEM careers compared to men. I just told you before, there's some women, their education stop at primary school, some at secondary school, and some, only very few, go to tertiary institution. And that means you have killed that potential. You have killed that capacity. So we need to start educating our people on the need for our ladies to be given the opportunity to challenge their limits, because everybody has to challenge his limit. It's not only the men that can challenge their limits. Even women can challenge their limits. And of course, advocacy activities. This is like something like this, something like the scholarship, the inventive building. We must have a lot of advocacy. And I want Aditya to also appreciate the current president of APWEN, Ojala Day, and even the past president, Felicia, and even all other past presidents for this initiative, for this great innovation, because we need more of advocacy. We need to be challenged to advocate for people to be aware, because knowledge is power, information is power. You have to go and take it to the society, to that level, so they can have a lot of other advocate activities. So it's not just enough to integrate a chapter. It's not just enough to have a program of inventive building, but we need to have more of programs so that people will be aware, and you take it to the grassroots. And when I'm talking about the grassroots, I'm taking it to the primary level, because that's why I get it wrong. The building the foundation, you have to build a solid foundation. I can only do that from primary school. How do you encourage and support? How do you make girls aware from the primary level on the need for them to take up STEM as a career? Access to non-traditional forms of education. Of course, not many people. We have a lot of villages and cities. Some are not even having access to traditional forms of education. In some places, unfortunately, even in the Northwest, in Nigeria, and even in Katsina, it's an opportunity. It's a very big premium and opportunity for even somebody to go to school. It shouldn't be. It's the right of every child to be in school. The government has responsibility. So everybody must have access to education. It's key. It's very important. Whatever program a government is going to do must ensure that every single person has an access to education. It's very key. It's very important. Policymakers to promote education and career for women in STEM. That's what I said, the policymakers, even in SA girls' child education. I want to challenge you, Ma. I know you are doing a lot, but you need to do more. What are we doing systematically to ensure that we keep on with policies that are doable, policies that can be able to encourage that? And you see, whatever is not get measured is not get done. So whatever I do, we need to look at where are we, take a profile. Where are we today? Where do we want to be? In any human society, in any organization that there need to be growth and development, you need to take care of trying to measure your performance and what you have achieved. Achieve measurement. To that measurement is key. Take the samples now. Where are we in Katsina State? In terms of girls' child education, where are we in terms of the STEM? How do we motivate and encourage people? What are the number of girls in Katsina State, in Katsina local government, in this local government that are being encouraged? And you can be able to take that statistics. So without statistics, we are missing the point. So not just to do what we are doing, but we put our Apple statistics so that we can be able to measure at any point in time whether we are growing or we are not growing. It's only through statistics. Then we will know that we are not doing adequately enough. Then we'll put more resources and effort to ensure that we do much. Then support to female postgraduate STEM students. As I said, some will just stop at secondary school or just stop at a tertiary institution, but we need to ensure that people aspire to reach their best. Katsina, I know, even in the olden days, Katsina is a place whereby even education starts in the whole Nigeria, not even in the north. We have Baria College Zaria in Zaria now, which used to be Katsina College. Almost all our potentially great leaders of the past, the Sadona of Sokoto, the Tapawa Balewa of this world, they all passed through Katsina College. That one is not in doubt. But what's happened to us now? If you look at the Katsina in the Roma, where are we in Katsina? If you look at the map, where are we? Unfortunately, we are nowhere now. And we had the pace setter, we set the pace. By now, Katsina is supposed to be #1 in Nigeria in terms of education. Why did we miss it? But the good news is it's not all over. So we can still do it again. We have done it before, we can do it again. We need to develop projects specifically aimed at bringing innovation in STEM education. You know, people will say science is difficult, to read engineering is difficult, to read math. That is just a mindset, it's a perception. I think the easiest is even the science. I'm telling you, it's not like history or politics or English, whatever you write is subject to how somebody can perceive or read it. But in mathematics, you can score 100%. In engineering, you can score 100%. In sciences, you can get all the answer. So it's even simpler and easier for somebody to study and excel in STEM courses, like even in the normal humanitarian courses. But just because of the perception. So we need to break the jinx. We need to tell the people that it is actually easy for somebody to read the STEM courses, even the humanitarian courses. And that is where the world is going, the 21st century. A year or so before passed, or the last year or so, I was in Japan, and a company they call Komori. That company is involved in the manufacture of banknote machines. Banknote machines, and they are only two in the world, Komori of Japan and of course KBO of Germany. And I was talking to the founder of the Komori, which is about multi-billion-dollar company. He told me the number of, because we went to dinner and I saw the number of ladies. And he said that they have a systematic program whereby they enhance and encourage women to aspire to the top. And that in Japan, it's only about 14% of the population that work for government. The remaining 86%, they work for themselves. In fact, it's even if you are not well-to-do, then you work for the government. But here in Nigeria, the reverse is the case. You see a lot of people who have a graduate of 5 years, graduate of 6 years, still waiting at home for a white-collar job, which probably will not come in the next 5-10 years. So what it means, you need to encourage people to be on their own. Gone are the areas when you read for you to go and get a white-collar job, a formal job. No, you read to be on your own. You read to do what do you need to do to impact possibly on your society. Because there's so much you can be able to do to impact on your society. What can you do for Nigeria or for Katsina, not what Nigeria or Katsina can do for you. So we need to develop projects to change the mindset, to change the orientation, to change the perspective of the people so they can be able to go on that STEM courses. We need to inspire our secondary school girls so that they will not stop at secondary school, but they can be able to go to tertiary institution and to whatever level, because they have the capacity and what it takes to go to whatever level. We need to have the talent innovation lab for secondary school. These are all ways through which you can improve women involvement in STEM. Industry immersion program. A lot of program industry increase awareness of persisting gender stereotyping. You stereotype, you say a lady is a lady. No, a lady can do even more than a man. And I can show it practically. I can tell you practically that what ladies can do most time, I mean, even women cannot do. Let me tell you, in Nigerian Security Program meeting, which Engineer Ojolade knows, there is a department we call Quality Control, QC. That quality control is 100% women. There are those, because they are more meticulous, they have attention to detail. So because of the quality of a woman, it's only a woman that works in that department. Up to today, as I'm talking to you, 100% of all those working in quality control, they are women. Because they are those that can be able to do the job. Legislation prohibiting gender discrimination in the workplace, especially in the north, especially in Katsina. We need to legislate, we need to consciously legislate so that all those discrimination, this is 21st century. We should be talking about a woman governor in Nigeria, a woman president in Nigeria. All these issues we have, I tell you, if you have a woman president in Nigeria, most of these issues will have gone. Because I tell you, women are apolitical. They only concentrate, they'll keep their eye on the ball. So we need to stop discrimination and stereotyping. You don't stereotype a woman. We have seen the capacity of a woman and what women can do. We need to partner with STEM companies to facilitate scholarship. I want to assume that just security printer meeting is one of the STEM companies. And I want to tell you that we'll do everything possible. We are doing a lot, but we'll do more. This is from me, the managing director of the company. I'm saying that we have not done well. But I want to promise this, the Association of Professional Women Engineers, that we are going to do more. We need to support you. We need to encourage you. And we're going to support you. We're going to encourage you. It's through scholarship, through some programs that will assist you to ensure that women are participating greatly in those STEM courses. And then, of course, encourage to make work environment attractive to female employees, support learning opportunities in the community, which is going to be ongoing, and then we will be served as mentors. We'll have a lot of mentors that we can be able to use so that those girls can be able to take up their career in STEM. Next slide, please. Initiatives in Northern Nigeria to enhance female STEM education. There are a lot of initiatives that have been done in the past to enhance female STEM education. We have the Kabara Community Development Initiative in Kano. We have an NGO seeking to drive education and economic transformation in the North, which was founded by Hadiza Garbati, who is a chemical engineer from Kano. She has done great. Please, can we give her a round of applause? If you can hear me, she's doing a lot and improving on the STEM education. We have 2 centers, one in Kano and one in Lagos. And then they target teenage northern girls who do not have the support means to explore STEM education. We need to target some people, specifically, systematically, deliberately, consciously. Let us target some community of people, society, whereby you can be able to encourage teenagers so they can take up STEM as a profession. Program within cultural and religious margins. And then, of course, girls obtain education that lead to STEM careers. We need to encourage them, guide them, counsel them on what courses they will be able to take. This is just like this Kabara Community Development Initiative in Kano, girls undergoing training skills and the skill workforce, you can see. And then, of course, the Education Service and Technology Company based in Kano and has an office in Abuja and Mina. They run STEM-blind community, a non-profit organization with STEM quality and earlier access to low-income schools. Next slide, please. Yeah, this is just a classical example of what the Kabara community is doing in Kano. Next slide, please. Initiative in Northern Nigeria to enhance female STEM education, APWEN. This is it. I will use this opportunity again to thank and appreciate and thank the president of the APWEN, Engineer Ojela De Formulola, and the former president, Engineer Felicia, for this Invent It, Build It program. Today, we'll have been in Katsina physically with the governor of the state, with the royal fathers, and with everybody to learn the program of Invent It, Build It. But just unfortunately, because of the pandemic issue, we could not be able to do it live. But I want to assure you, by the grace of God, when this pandemic is over, this is a program that we must repeat. Not inauguration of the STEM, of the APWEN chapter, but actually this program. We have to do it live. We have to go to the primary school. We have to build a scholarship. We have to encourage physically girls so they can take up STEM as a profession. She Engineering Program to improve STEM education in secondary school is one of the initiatives of APWEN, and Town and Gone Mentoring Capacity Building Program in university undergraduate and young engineers to train STEM as a. These are all initiatives and programs that are being done by APWEN. These are some of the initiatives in the Northern Nigeria. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. So before I say thank you, as I said, I want to make a commitment. As a manager of Nigeria Security Printer Minting, which is an indigenous company, 100% of the workers at Nigeria Security Printer Minting were all Nigerians. We don't have one single expatriate that is working in Mint. And today, 100% of our currency is being produced in Mint, either in our Abuja office or a Lagos office. And it's being done by our Nigerians, not one single expatriate. And I want to assure you that there are a lot of ladies, there are a lot of women that works in Nigerian Security Printer Minting. I want to do more. And I want to assure you that as the MD of the company, I will make sure systematically that a lot of women will be at an executive level to encourage and develop women. And then again, I want to ensure that we are going to build a scholarship program and find out ways and means through which we will support the program of APWEN in Katsina and nationwide. I thank you so much for listening, and I wish you happy deliberation. Thank you, and good afternoon once again.
Wow. Thank you very much. This is just, I can't be short of words because the remark must be given. I believe everyone that needs to give a remark listened attentively to your keynote speech. It's more like, it's not even an address, it's like a paper delivery. And You even expanded beyond the role of women. You actually made it encompassing, which means this challenge is not just for women alone, but men inclusive. Very detailed, without being biased. There's been several chats and several comments of your colleagues, of people recognizing your submission as being blunt and as being hard. In fact, you've done beautiful justice to this. I would like to call it a paper delivery, not just an address. And the passion and energy at which you delivered it shows that your award as a reformational leader was not just earned because of your work, but because of your passion about the development of Nigeria as a nation. Thank you very much for that submission, sir. It's very, very apt. It's a word in time. Like the saying, I mean, you repeatedly kept saying that you wish this is a physical one. And I bet it, if it had been a physical one, by now you will be getting a standing ovation. But Zoom does not have the opportunity for us to give you a standing ovation. On that note, I would want everyone, you don't need to unmute, but show your hand if you have your video on and give him a round of applause. It's a very, very wonderful delivery. We thank you. We appreciate you. So many things. At a point, I had to stop writing because I believe this is recorded and we'll listen to it. A lot of action items. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate your time and effort. And for everyone that sent the chat, your comments are very, very valid. They're supportive and very constructive. Thank you. I'd like to go to the next agenda, which is part of, there are two sides of it, the keynote speech that is challenging us and a call for action, and the inauguration of APWEN Katsina chapter. Permit me to say this very, very humbling joke. It is no coincidence that we have the surname of the incoming APWEN chapter chairman of Katsina with Lawal. Our surname is Engineer Lawal. While the incumbent chapter chair, the branch chair of NSC Katsina, his first name is Engineer Lawal. So that gives us a very comfort and a very beautiful platform that there's going to be a synergy, there's going to be performance, and there's going to be delivery of the chapter that is being birthed today. Once again, on behalf of the president, I'd like to appreciate the branch chair of NSC Katsina for all your efforts and for all your energy. Thank you very much. On that note, I'd like to call on my president, Engineer Funlola Ojelade, FNSC, as she takes up the inauguration of the chapter. Thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Bosedi. I would like the chairman of, the incoming chair of APWEN Katsina. I've not seen you. I need to see your video so that we can spotlight it. My chairman, NSC, can you help with that? Let me just let me show. Let's see.
Can you see her now? Have the audio here.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
You are live. You are live.
Okay, that's Engineer Aisha Mukhtar Lawal. Is the incoming chair of incoming chairman. But before I do that, I would just like to say a brief word as inauguration of the APWEN Katsina. APWEN Katsina, the gathering started since January, and we've been having meetings, especially on WhatsApp, since that time, waiting for this day. Today we have a total of 15 members that are in that chapter. And today, the 5th day of September 2020, by the power vested on me as the President of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, I hereby inaugurate this chapter of Katsina, the APWEN chapter of Katsina, to the glory of God. And with that, I would like to the chairman, Engineer Aisha Mukhtar, to please say after me the oaths of our office. Can you put on your mic so that you can say after me and everybody can hear you?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I.
Where is my own?
Mention your name.
My name is Aisha Mukhtar.
Do solemnly swear. I need you to say after me. Do solemnly swear.
Solemnly swear.
Who is this
to
your
serve as the chairman.
Serve as the chairman.
Okay, just change drink. He says, let's see what else I future. There's no. Please let me get control.
You need to help us mute anyone that is not supposed to be speaking. Can we take that again, Engineer Aisha? I.
Yes, I, Aisha Mukhtar,
do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
To serve as the chairman.
To serve as the chairman.
Of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria.
Of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria.
Katsina chapter.
Katsina chapter.
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my ability.
And to discharge all my duties conscientiously.
And to discharge all my duties conscientiously.
In the interest of APWEN.
In the interest of APWEN.
The Nigerian Society of Engineers.
The Nigerian Society of Engineers.
And the world in general.
And the world in general.
I pledge to uphold and abide.
I pledge to uphold and abide.
By the provision of the Constitution.
By the provision of the Constitution.
And the bylaws of APWEN.
And the bylaws of APWEN.
And every amendment thereof.
And every amendment thereof.
And in accordance with the Memorandum of Articles of Association of APWEN.
And in accordance with the Memorandum of Articles of Association of APWEN.
And the NSC.
And the NSC.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I would like to invite the SA girl child to please decorate Engineer Aisha with her medallion. Looking for her.
I'd like to encourage someone that is at the venue amongst the participants.
No, the SA girl child is at the venue. She's the one that is to do that.
Yes, so they take a picture of it, so we have that recorded. Zoom is not allowing us to see that taking place.
She's on spot. She's being spotlight now.
We did that.
Wow, please let's give her a round of applause. And here is our new chairman. Your medallion is facing the back. Can you let us see it? Are you shy? Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Now the next thing is for you to administer the oath on your members. Let them say it. Once you do that, we would like to present the award. I will plead the indulgence of my MD to please hold on a while to finish this so that we can present the awards.
My president, you have to bear with us. I think about only 4 or 5 are present here physically.
No problem, no problem, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
But let them just say it. We can't hear you. My chairman, so we can't hear you.
For the inauguration ceremony on your free will and accord, are you willing to administer with the oath of inauguration of this chapter and formally admitted as an executive committee member of the chapter? Do you have become an ESCO member of this chapter with solemnly swear that you will defend and uphold all the terms at all the times the Constitution of the Association accepts as final and binding all decision of the National Executive of the Association on all matters dealt with by her in accordance with the provision of the said Constitution of APWEN. Do you promise to undertake and promote the objectives of APWEN at all times? Do you promise to conduct yourself always on all engineering matters in accordance with APWEN's laid down code of conduct? Do you promise to look after the interests and welfare of your fellow engineers or female engineers, members of APWEN? Do you promise to meet all your obligations, financially and otherwise, and serve her selflessly to the best of your ability? I have, before everyone here present at this ceremony, pledged and sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution of the APWEN.
President, we are done.
Okay, thank you. I think they deserve a round of applause. Can you please give them a round of applause? Congratulations for this wonderful event. Engineer Bossede, what's the next item on the agenda?
Thank you very much, Ma. Congratulations once again to the, allow me to call them the latest kid on the block. And I'm sure all the chapter chairs are here to support you and to bring your hands up as you grow into all you're supposed to do as a leader and as a body in APWEN. You're welcome. Congratulations once again. I'd like to call on Engineer, the new chapter, as she takes our inaugural speech. That's the Engineer Aisha Mukhtar Lawal, the chapter chair of APWEN Katsina, as she takes our inaugural speech. If that can be taken.
Yes, I'm set.
Okay.
The president of the
all right.
Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Funmilola Otelade, our distinguished guest of honor, Abbas Umar Masanawa, MDCE, Nigerian Security Printing and Minting PLC, Mother of the day, Mrs. Amina Lawal Dauda, SA, Child Education and Child Development Facility. Father of the day, Engineer Lawal Salisu, MNSCE, Chairman, Nigerian Society of Engineers, Katsina State Branch. Engineer Dr. Bint Osman, APWEN Northwest Zonal Administrator, respected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I would like to start by expressing, on behalf of my colleagues and other leaders of our great society, our immense gratitude to Allah for sparing our lives and making it possible to witness this historic event. The significance of what we do here will resonate in the days to come and will have great impact on the development of our profession, both in Katsina State in particular and Nigeria in general. Indeed, Allah gives leadership to whom He wills and at the time He wishes, and it is by His grace that I stand here before you today as the chairperson of the Association of Professional Women Engineers at Katsina State Chapter. As we take over the affairs of APWEN, I would like to solemnly declare and assure you of our readiness to pursue avenues that will exalt our profession and dignify our members. We will work with the leadership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and its affiliates to uplift the association and give it the pride and respect it deserves. The nomination committee, ably led by our elder, mentor, leader, Engineer Lawal Salisu MNSCE, has done a great and wonderful job, for which they deserve our commendation and gratitude. For which I would like to assure you of our commitment to the values and ethics of our profession always. The encouragement and support of our team members is highly appreciated. I thank them most sincerely for their confidence in us by entrusting us with the management of their affairs. In the days ahead, we shall continue to rely on your goodwill, sincere advice, and constructive criticism on how best to steer the affairs of APWEN in Katsina State. I would also like to thank the President of APWEN for her goodwill, our distinguished guest of honor for blessing this occasion, and the mother and father of the event for their well wishes. Our gratitude also to the entire leadership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and its affiliates for their support and encouragement. And to all members of APWEN, I say thank you so much on behalf of the new force. Long live APWEN Katsina State. Long live Nigerian Society of Engineers. Long live Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that speech of commitment. And we pray that the good Almighty God would help you to fulfill beyond, more and beyond what we have all committed to do for ourselves and for our nation, Nigeria. Thank you very much. The newest chapter chair. Permit me also to use the opportunity, you know, when you have this opportunity, you try to maximize it. To welcome my colleague, that's the newest publicity secretary, as I am the National Publicity Secretary of APWEN. I'd also like to welcome my beautiful colleague, Engineer Fidelce Umar. Welcome to the publicity team. And I'm sure you will do well and support your chairman. On that note, I'd like to call on our president, Engineer Fumilola Ojelade, as she takes up FNSC, as she takes up the award presentation. You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you, Engineer Bosede. Today, the first award we're going to give goes to our distinguished guest of honor, the reformational leader of our time. And we heard him speak. He's speaking from his heart. We could tell. And you can see all the promises he has made. I've worked here with him for a few years, and I know that he fulfills promises. As a matter of fact, he just says things once and expects you all to key in. Sometimes you are dilly-dallying, will it really happen, or will it not happen? Each time I've seen it, anything he says, and it's so fast, within 2-3 weeks, he has done it. So I don't want us to take what he has said today lightly. And he's going to be, today he's been awarded the Grand Patron for APWEN Katsina chapter. Mr. Abbas Umar Masanawa Today, we honor you as Grand Patron of APWEN Katsina chapter. I would like you to say a word if you would like to do that.
Mr. President, other invited guests present, I want to say I really appreciate and have accepted the responsibility of becoming the Grand Patron of APWEN Katsina sector. I want to pledge, as I said, as an MD of the Security Volunteer and mentor in my own personal capacity, I will do all it can to ensure that I support and encourage the development of not only APWEN chapter in Katsina, but the national body of APWEN, within my power, as my capacity as an MD, and even to use my network and contact to ensure that APWEN is supported in Nigeria. I thank you so much for the patronage. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And I tell you, Madam Chairman, the chairman of NSC Katsina branch knows Malam Masanawa very well, so you can connect. You can once he comes to Katsina, you guys have to go and visit him, go and see him. That is the father that you have now.
Yeah, we will, President. We will.
Yeah, thank you. The next award goes to the SA Girl Child Education and Child Development in Katsina, Mrs. Amina Lawal Dauda. Today, she's awarded Women Influencer Award for her active contribution towards self-development of women and the girl child. Mrs. Amina Lawal, can you please respond? We can't hear you, ma. Okay, I think she's on, you are muted. You need to unmute yourself, yes. We can see you, but yeah, but you are muted. Okay, maybe she's speaking from somebody else. Maybe you should speak from your own device, ma'am. Ma, can you speak from your own device? Speak directly from your own device. I saw your device.
Yeah. Ya nuna cewa ya mutu ne.
Yes, can you speak now, ma?
Then, okay. She can use it.
My chairman, can you help with that? Maybe she can speak from her own device. Yes, she can speak from her device now.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yes, ma, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. I'm really pleased for giving me this award. So I'm not an engineer. I'm just a civil servant and a politician. So I'm very pleased for receiving this award. Thank you so much for giving me this award. I'm really grateful.
Yeah, we're extremely grateful to you, ma. We'll get these plaques ready and send it to Katsina. You're going to get them.
Okay, thank you so much. You're welcome.
Yes,
thank you.
The next award goes to our father of the day, the chairman of NSC Katsina branch. We are presenting you today with the Super Influencer Award for your exceeding supportive role in the creation of the Katsina chapter of APWEN this September 5, 2020. My chairman, sir.
Am I on?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. My president, thank you very much for the award. I think in my own case, you facilitate now the APWEN Katsina during my tenure branch chairman. So there's no doubt I'm going to record this as an achievement as the branch chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. And one special thing about this award given to me, I like this word super influencer. I like this word super influencer. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful, and I promise to be very committed in ensuring that the first phase of this.
Thank you, my chairman, sir.
You're welcome, President.
And the next award, our honor code award, goes to Mr. Adamu Mohammed, who does great things behind the scene. Many times when I'm trying to get hold of my MD, I just call him. He's an unpaid consultant. He plays it, he puts it so nicely, and my MD will have no choice but to just respond to us. Mr. Adamu Mohammed, I don't know if you're online. I would like you to please respond.
Yeah, I'm here, if you can hear me.
Oh, that's great.
Can you see me? Am I on?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can you see me?
No, not yet. I'm trying to. Are you
I am on.
I can't see the video.
You can't see me? Yeah, can you see me now?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Fine. Fine. Madam Ojelade, thank you very much for this honor. I would like to start by thanking the Association of Women Engineers in Nigeria for the honor done to our friend and brother Abbas Umar Masanawa. Indeed, we're grateful, and he has been blunt with the truth.
Seems his network.
Honored for this award. I didn't know I was going to be given an award. When you call me in the night, early in the morning, and buzz me on Abbas, you need to talk to him, you need to see him. He knows how I also keep him under pressure, but it's okay. We'll continue to do it. Thank you very much for this honor. And in our little way, though not engineers, we'll also do our best to ensure the girls' child education is promoted. We're parents, we have daughters. We'll also do the level best we can to ensure that some of our daughters goes into science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, like my friend said, STEM. May God continue to guide all the leaders of the association, both at the national level and at Katsina level. Thank you so much. I feel honored.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Would like to take Engineer Bossede.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that award presentation that was taken in a very apt manner. Before I call on the mother of the day, Mrs. Amina Lawal Dauda, she would take her own remark and also acknowledge or appreciate the association give a response on behalf of all the awardees. I'd also like to call the attention of Engineer Yusuf Ganda that right after the mother of the day, it would also be given a remark. I believe that he would speak not just as a very jolly friend of our keynote speaker, but based on what has transpired today. Allow me to call all our awardees, all that received the awards together, to give them the engineering title just for today. And I will show you the way I will give it. For engineers that are female, we call their husbands engineera. So our keynote speaker, Malam Abbas, and Malam Adamu, today I will give you engineera. And our mother of the day, Mrs. Amina, I will give you engineers. That's what we give the wives of our male engineer. So that it's not only engineer Lawal that would have that prefix or title. So congratulations to engineer Abbas, engineer Amina, engineer Adamu, and engineer Lawal. On that note, I'll call our mother of the day as she gives a remark. Thank you. Engineer Mrs. Amina Lawal Dauda.
In the name of Allah, the beneficent, the merciful, the distinguished guests of honor, our host, Engineer Fumi Lola, father of the day, new integrated executive members of APWEN Katsina State Chapter, other invited guests, Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, all. I will start by thanking you for the invitation to join me in this important meeting. I feel honored to be honored with this warm opportunity to be part of the moving train that crosses the path of future of girls, not only in Katsina State or Nigeria, but the whole world. Though I'm not an engineer by profession, but I will confess that women in engineering are today making me feel like one. Generally speaking, in our societies today, women don't like going into professions like engineering due to beliefs and perception that engineering is tough and more fit for men. Maybe engineering is mainly for men, not for women. We are yet to fill the gap in the minds of people that think there are things beyond the capacity of women to handle. I will say a capital no to that negative perception that lead to girls developing negative attitudes towards studying engineering courses in the universities. Therefore, I recommend a special counseling program for girls to study engineering to fit equally into all aspects of the society, especially engineering. Though this is brief, but I know it carries a lot. Lastly, my office is open and ready to render all necessary support association may require towards successful realization of these goals, which means this association of APWEN of Katsina State Chapter is part of my office, and other members are welcome and free to come to my office for any assistance, anytime, any moment. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Ma. You know, truly a mother opens her hands up to embrace as much as she can. And that's what she has just done to APWEN Katsina chapter. She has opened her hands enough to embrace, you know, education is vast. Just like STEM is competing for attention, other areas of education would also be competing for attention. But I bet to tell you that she's a woman of her words. She has opened her doors wide enough for STEM, for engineering, for APWEN as a body in Katsina chapter to come calling and to come knocking at every point in time. Thank you very much, ma'am, for that word of commitment. Thank you for helping to use policy because we're a politician. So when policy helps to drive our technology, it gives an expression to what we're doing. Thank you very much, ma'am. On that note, I would like to call on Engineer Yusuf Ganda for his remark. You're welcome, sir.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, please, I will start by congratulating the APWEN Katsina State branch, and also would like to congratulate my friend and colleagues, that is Abbas Umar Masnawa, the MD and CEO of the Nigerian Printing and Minting, and also Malan Adamu, who just yesterday he informed me about this.
even though I'm an engineer by profession, I'm very happy to associate myself with Katsina State branch of APWEN. And I would like to encourage the women in Katsina State not also join the engineering trade, but rather we have what we call women in renewable energy. And I believe the founder and then the chair, the president of this association knows of the existence of this, which help a lot in promoting the women in rural areas whereby they harness renewable energy. Where as we are in the crisis of energy, we all know renewable energy will help in stimulating our economy and also help in getting access to energy in our rural areas. With these few remarks, I would like to congratulate all the awardees and then the Katsina chapter of Nigerian Society of Engineers. And it feels a great challenge to me that I will try as much as possible to see that we now create this chapter in Sokoto where I base. Thank you very much and wassalamu alaikum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate that.
Yes.
We appreciate that surrounding efforts. So not just APWEN standing or working alone as a new chapter, they can also collaborate with other bodies. And that's where the turning into now partnership, collaboration to achieve one goal of serving humanity. Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate you for that. On that note, without much ado, I'd like to call on the Vice President of Heartbreak Association, Engineer Dr. Mrs. Elizabeth Eterigo, a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, as she takes the vote of thanks for this inauguration event. You're welcome, ma'am.
Is Engineer Miriam Abubakar online? If our network is good. Zaria Chapter Chair, are you online? Can you please take the vote of thanks? It seems Engineer Terrigo is also having some.
My president.
Engineer Miriam Abubakar.
My president.
Yes, sir.
I think even if Engineer Dr. Binta Osman is around to make this vote of thanks.
Oh, is she around? She's not around.
Like to have, I'm not sure. We may have two votes of thanks because we have some people there physically present that we need.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I need to recognize the only fellow in our media physically, Engineer Ibrahim, who is our mentor. He's always ready and available for our program.
My chairman, we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, you're better now.
I just say permit me to recognize the presence of the only fellow in our media physically, Engineer Ibrahim. Did I have the floor? President, did I have the floor?
I think everybody should mute their speakers. Let everybody mute their speakers, please.
Yes, everybody should mute their speakers in that hall. Otherwise, we won't be able to hear you.
Can I have one?
Okay. It appears Binta Isman is online now. Dr. Binta, can you give the vote of thanks if you've been able to log on?
Is she around?
Yeah, I can see her now, but I don't know.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay, that's Miriam. Yes, Engineer Miriam. Network is really bad in those places. Engineer Miriam, we can't hear you. Engineer Terrigo, is she online? If she is, let her give you the vote of thanks. Today is
She's online, but probably she's also having a network issue.
Yes, because her mic is not on, I can see.
Yeah.
Our President.
Yes,
We can't hear.
Yes, our President do the vote of thanks from here.
Okay, please talk if you can get so that people can go. My chair.
Hello.
Yeah, he's on.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening, Mr. President or Madam President. My name is Engineer Maimaji, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And the council member of Koren. We really appreciate your concern and your efforts in making sure Katsina chapter of APWEN is created. I recall about last year, we have spoken with you on this issue. Please, we congratulate you and we congratulate the newly elected ESCO of Katsina. It's not all going to be rosy. We are going to have
Yeah, I can hear you well.
Okay. But we couldn't hear you.
Maybe I have to mute. Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Engineer Miriam.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. I was fully following the program, ma'am.
Yeah, we wanted you to say the vote of thanks, but
yes, but she has taken it. It's okay. Yes, I was not. Yes, you people were not hearing. Even Dr. Zainab, she had I mean the Dr. Binta, but she's still with us. But those are